just wanted to kind of just come on just open-minded, and just be real with y'all, with the audience, and just listen up, watch wherever we're on the Rumbles, the Spotify, YouTube, whatever you like. You guys think about that kiss cam drama? Epstein list. It's no longer. This just happened to just disappear. Is no longer available. Parents leaving their kids in hot cars. Don't do that. Stop. A little bit of everything up in there. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of everything. Real talk. Welcome back to Real Talk After Dark, where tonight we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm talking about, not that R-E-E-L. We're going to talk a little R-E-A-L, real talk. We're going to get a little down and dirty tonight, depending on what you think is dirty. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful night, guys. It's going to be just the right tonight. I purposely am doing this one alone just to kind of brush off a little drama and then get right into it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's going to be some changes on the podcast, most likely. I mean, it's probably going to just be me and Sarah. Probably going to be doing this duo. And then, of course, we'll bring on some guests and stuff. Bill's one of the best guests. So we'll have to bring him on again, real soon. But anyway, doing this one alone because if you saw last week's podcast, you might notice like halfway through, about 32 minutes in, something was said, and then someone turned into, I don't really want to name call here, but just say was immature about it, took it absolutely personally the wrong way. TJ, this one goes out to you. You know what I'm talking about? The other co-host that usually sits right here next to me. Hate to do this, but it is what it is. But after last time we were talking, and I was just it was like a Google joke more than anything. But if you was watching, we got to talking. Sarah brought up A Walk to Remember, where you find out that the girlfriend in the film has got cancer, and cancer is just no joke in general. I know people make cancer jokes. It's just no joke. There's certain things you joke about. There's certain things you don't. And I wasn't even making a joke. I was just telling Sarah, because we were on the topic, that I got these little like bumps on my face. I guess these little skin bumps. And I was just saying that I've Googled it, looked into it, checked out other people's symptoms, this and that. And it was just saying, you can't trust everything. You know, Google's not a doctor. Can't listen to the internet all the time, because not everything on the internet's true. If we listen to it, the world would be full of more stupid people. Not that there isn't already, but there'd be more. Maybe more. But yeah, so I just was just saying that's why I found out, and then he took it very personal. It's like we don't make cancer jokes. And I even said to him, I was like, it wasn't a cancer joke. And then all of a sudden he got quiet the rest of the episode. I don't know why. It was awkward. It was weird. And then whenever the podcast was over, they just rolled out. I love Jaden, nothing against Jaden. Jaden's cool. Jaden got brought on after Dalton left. Dalton, we'll get back into this. Dalton, unfortunately, don't have him here anymore with us either, because he just he moved on. We were housing him for a little bit after he got out of rehab. He was, I'm really proud of him. He's about to hit a year, and we're about to see. I'm really proud of him. That's all I gotta say. And he's a good man. But I always felt like he didn't really care about the podcast. I know he had fun on the podcast, but I didn't think he really cared about it. And he really showed that whenever he just up and left, didn't say anything, didn't show any interest in wanting to come back, return, try to make it work somehow, because he doesn't have a vehicle, so he didn't need a ride. And that was it, just quiet. And I reached out and asked him, and he's just like, I don't know what to say to that. So, but that's just how I felt. It just felt like his heart wasn't really truly in it. He was just, because he was here, he just something to do. I don't know, but I do miss him. He's a good man. I'm really proud of him. He's making some right calls in his life and changing some things, and I'm proud of him. And it's just one day at a time. Everybody's got to work on something. So yeah, that's where he went. And then Jaden, was brought on because of TJ. TJ was just like, well, because Dalton's on, he just kind of brought him on himself. Didn't even really go through me. Not that there's, like I said, anything against Jaden. But after Dalton left, I just kind of wanted to just keep it just the three of us and stuff. And then Jaden, like I said, man, I'm not trying out. Jaden did nothing wrong. Jaden's a good man. I really appreciate and respect him, especially what he does as a person and where his heart is and everything. So there's nothing against him. It was TJ. And back where we are here again with TJ, like I said, he just up and left, didn't even say goodbye to me. After that, it was quiet. And I didn't hear from him for a while. He reached out to Sarah. I don't know how long after. We reached out to her and apologized to her about it. Whenever she even called him out and said that it was childish and you should talk to Ryan and apologize to Ryan about it. I didn't hear from him at all until the night of filming the next podcast episode, which we actually just didn't do. We just ended up canceling it. Just felt like it was take a little breather, you know what I mean? Get a little break. But I didn't hear from him until literally 9:46. That's about 14 minutes before we usually film, because everybody's scheduled and stuff. So we do film late. So the after dark is literal, you know what I mean? So we do film a little late. Just like I said, dude, everybody's scheduling. Dutch will be asleep. We can all get together, shoot it, knock it out, and all that stuff. But literally 14 minutes before the podcast shoot, do I get to hear from him? Are we doing this tonight? Like, I haven't heard from you an entire week, and you're asking if we're going to film tonight after your stunt you pulled, and you didn't reach back out to me. All right, I didn't hear from you, and then you tried to call again. I think the week after to be like, hey, are we doing it this week or whatever? But I'm just like, dude, you had nothing to say to me or the podcast, half that podcast, and then you rolled out, didn't say bye. I didn't hear from you, and whenever I did, it was just all about, are we doing it? And not doing it. Yeah, doing it. He said doing it. But that's just my sense of humor. But no, that's just what it was, man. And I didn't hear from him, so you get it through the podcast if you're listening to this, TG, which I kind of highly doubt you do. And if you do, I know you ain't supporting by liking it or anything like that, because this is kind of sad, but I'll admit it because it's real talk. But pretty much all the likes, nobody's really liking it besides me, unfortunately, because there's like 4 or 5 likes. And so you got Real Talk After Dark liking it, RBG Studios account, Vlogs liking it. You got the Scream account liking it, the Halloween account liking it. I got my old Dead Zone account liking it. So I get a few likes just for myself, and that's most of the videos. It's got the 5 likes. And then I go through on Sarah's account and try to like them. Sometimes between 5, 6. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like it's there. I ask you if you watch it. You say you don't watch it. You say you're going to watch it. I feel like I just need to like give me your phone and then check out the account and be like, oh, looks like you haven't watched any of these, and check out your history, check out my account, I'll show you. It doesn't matter. I'm getting a little too much further into it, but you guys like the new shades? I got some new shades for the podcast. Anyway, it is what it is. I just had to drop that little drama real talk on y'all because it's sad, you know. All you had to do is talk to me and apologize, and there's no reason for you to get like that, man. I wasn't making a cancer joke. We don't joke about that. I don't joke. I really don't make dark jokes. I'm not a dark joke person. I get a little disgusted by dark jokes. I really don't like them. I got some coworkers that were born after 2001, and if you know the main event that happened in 2001, the unfortunate event in New York, I've seen some people, even online, but people at work, I've heard, some younglings, these, 18, 19-year-olds making some dark jokes about that. It's just no anything where people have lost their life stuff. You don't really need to make jokes about it. Not a real scenario. You know what I mean? I know you got to have some comedy. I know you got to let loose. I know you can't take all things serious. Why so serious? Can't take things so serious. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And I just had to make that statement and make that known, so that way moving forward, for any followers, anybody watching, is most likely going to be just me and Sarah, or with some guests. I want to try to bring some more people on, try to up the ante a little bit, have some more fun, try to, maybe down the road, please send some suggestions, comment below, let me know if there's anything specific you would like to hear that we have not spoke about, or something we've spoken about you want to hear more on, like Gone But Not Forgotten we did last year about actors, celebrities, people well known that have passed in the industry, and of course many have passed since then, just within a year. And in those, there are some that we have also missed. So we do want to do like kind of like sequels to the podcast, do like a Gone But Not Forgotten Part 2, stuff like that. So please let us know. We're here to entertain and just talk. I don't really know where to go from here, because I didn't really have anything on mind tonight, just being me. I just wanted to kind of just come on just open-minded and just be real with y'all, with the audience, and just listen up, watch wherever we're on the Rumbles, the Spotify, YouTube, whatever you like. I deactivated my Facebook, so I'm not really on there promoting as much. Yeah, but what do you guys think about that kiss cam drama, where the couple got caught cheating, having an affair? Disgusting. And it's so funny how someone else's affair, drama, sins turn into a spectacle, a worldwide spectacle, and brought the world together through this act, it's hilarious yet disgusting. You know what I mean? I don't know where I'm going with it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just weird. It's weird how the world can unite that. And it's weird how that happened right around the time they announced that there is no Epstein list. What? This whole time we've been waiting for an Epstein list, and then all of a sudden there's none. Where'd it go? What do you mean? You mean there wasn't, period? Or there was, but now there's not? What the F? I really feel like the reason why that has not gone public is because there's so many people on it, billionaires, celebrities, artists, all that stuff, politicians, everybody, high-ranking billionaires, anybody like that is on it. I feel like it's gonna really do some damage, because I probably feel like it's probably like, if not half, 3/4. I don't know. I'm not trying to put a label or judge anything or like that, but there's so many people that are probably on that's gonna blow people's mind. And if that got revealed, I don't know what people would do, because they'd be like, feel like there was some, I don't know. The lies are the truth are the lies anymore. You know what I mean? We've been told so many lies that we see it as the truth. And then whenever we see the truth, we're like, what? That's a lie. We don't know what to believe anymore. It's just crazy. That's why we need a little escape. I mean, it's good to keep, a good grounded head level on things and know what's going on around you, but it's also not let that dictate your life and run your life and live in fear. You gotta enjoy your life, and you gotta have the entertainment and that fun, and you gotta live, and you gotta, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's just crazy that we had it, now we don't. What the heck? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But kind of backpedaling on what I just said. If you are listening, TJ, I want you to know there's no hard feelings, bro. No hard feelings. I still love you. I still care about you. But I just think as far as it comes to the business side of things, the podcast side of things, stuff like that, I just don't know. There's just so many things, man, that you just really shown a different side of you. And I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad, but just throughout time, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure don't quote me on this. This isn't 100%, but I'm pretty sure I've heard you make a cancer joke, regardless if it was on the podcast or off the podcast. I think you've made like that Alzheimer's cancer joke. I'm gonna butcher it. I don't know it because I don't care. But it's something about how the guy went to a doctor, and the doctor told him, "I got bad news. You have Alzheimer's and you have cancer." And the guy's like, "Well, at least I don't have cancer," because also, so it's like a 2-in-1 joke, and it's just a horrible joke in general. And I apologize that I even repeated it on this podcast, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that out of your mouth, on or off the podcast. I don't remember, but you've also said something. I mean, you dropped the R bomb. I really don't want to have to say it, but you've dropped the R bomb that has to do with just like special ed people, and you drop the R bomb, hard R bomb here on the podcast multiple times, and Sarah's gotten on to you about that, and you're like, I don't care. People should care a little bit more about people, because I've seen so much. I think that was all I had to say about that. So I'm gonna move on from that completely. But I'm just saying that, I've seen some. I love you, brother, and I know, I don't know, man, I love you, but anyway, that's a hard topic. But anyway, I wanted to move on to, I saw this live stream where somebody was talking about how it was a black person, and they were doing an all lives don't matter, or all lives matter is a lie, prove me wrong, or something like that. And then she also did one where it says black people can't be racist. I've seen that live so many times. Anybody and everybody can be racist. There's a lot of really bad racist people. A lot of people don't know how to love and accept everybody. I love and accept everybody. I don't care if I know you or I don't know you. I love the world, and I don't live in the world. I live of the world. Or yeah, I don't live in the world. I forget how it goes, but it's something like that. You don't want to be a part of the world, like in the world. You know what I mean? They'll live for things, for physical items, stuff like that. Don't live for that. It's nice, don't get me wrong. I love my collectibles and my movies. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with that. But just don't live for it. Don't let it run your life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not like the best advice giver, I guess. I mean, I just don't know how to put certain things in the words. I'm very basic, I guess, when it comes to words. I'm not a big word guy. I don't use big words. I don't know. I listen well. I'm very passionate about things and people, and I just want people to have a good life. And I know it's hard, and there's only so much that certain people can do and that we can do. But so many people want to be like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And so a lot of people want to put the blame on God and stuff. And it's like, why don't you put the blame on the billionaires? Huh? It's not God's fault. I mean, if you want to blame God for free will, that's on you. But we can have the free will that we have to do what we do and love what we love and hate what we hate and all that stuff because of that. But because of that, you got to think, the billionaires behind it, what are they doing, huh? I mean, there's some good people out there, but there's also not some good people out there. We all know how that goes. You know what I mean? There's always somebody that's going to ruin it for somebody else, and then they want to put the whole blame on that. You know what I mean? You got one Christian that treats one other person bad, and all Christians are bad. You got one bad cop out there that treats somebody horribly, and they're all bad. I mean, it's just everywhere in every walk of life, and I don't understand. To me, everybody matters, but to everybody, to some people, you may not matter to them. But does that mean because you don't matter to somebody else, does that mean that nobody matters? All lives matter. All people matter. I don't care if people say, when you say all lives matter, that means you're saying you're against Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, no, all lives matter is included in that. White, black, Asian, Mexican, I don't care where you come from. We're all human beings at the end of the day. You can classify us all in one freaking group. We're human beings. Human beings. There's good and bad. It's basic, simple breakdowns. And then everybody who just wants to make it more complicated by adding more categories to that one label. But we are all in that. We are all human beings. And I don't care who you are. I mean, I care. And like I said earlier, it's like, no, we need to stop saying I don't care. Because what I'm basically saying is I care, but wherever you come from, we're all together in one. And we're also against each other and divided. People need to go back and watch Bug's Life again. They need to watch that scene again whenever the bad guy's talking about how one ant ain't no problem. You got those people here and there that speak up, stand out, and do something about it, but they don't make the change. They can maybe inspire some people, but they don't really make the change themselves by themselves type thing. You understand? It's when we all come together to ban against the bad is when we can make a difference. And I'm not talking about like what happened with what was it back in 2020 or whatever, when we had the riot in Washington. I'm not talking about that. We don't need to, bum rush these people to make a difference. I'm not talking like that. I'm not talking storm the Capitol, storm the businesses. I'm not talking like that. And then whenever things start going rough and people are over here, the cops are over here defending something, and you got people looting. Why are you stealing? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. And I don't understand where a lot of people's mindset is in this world anymore. So people are so selfish, and nobody wants to help one another anymore, unless you're a good friend or family member, but nobody wants to take their time or step to help a stranger. And I understand nowadays that can be a little difficult and tough because of open carry, and there's just so many bad people out there. Somebody kidnap you, kill you, anything like that. I know it's not a good thing to think about, or, because that's judging somebody else. You know what I mean? We all do it every day. If you pass somebody homeless on the street and they're asking for money and stuff, you might judge them and be like, you know what I mean? And you don't know their situation. They could have chosen to get to there because of their laziness or not wanting to help or donate their time to civilization to work in. They don't like the work. We don't know. Or maybe they had a rough growing up and they lost both parents and they couldn't afford anything, and then boom, they lost the house. Who knows how somebody got where they are? And it's not our job to judge or put somebody in a category and say that you are who you are, because that's what I think. We're not. No, and I understand that there's times where people have done good and it's got them killed. I understand that. But that's because that's their character and that's who they were. Not saying that they deserve to die, but it goes to show you what kind of person that person was. They died because they were helping somebody out. And it's rough. It's sad. It shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that. The world shouldn't be the way it is. It should be full of more of love. And the crazy thing is we all want the same thing. You think about it, not all of us, because there's bad people who just want to, as they say in Dark Knight, watch the world burn. Some people just want to watch the world burn. And it's crazy. Why? There's no reason for it. But what I'm trying to say is we all want the same thing when it comes to, like, we all want love. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be cared for. We all want to be noticed. We want more kindness, care, and passion and all that in the world. We want that. But what are we doing to get there? Nothing, because we're going against each other. Why are we so against each other? It doesn't make sense. Why are we so against each other in this world when there's so much other things that we could come together to fix and help? We're so focused on certain things, and it's just crazy. It's so wild. I don't get it. And so many people are there too. They don't get it either. I don't get it. It's just a weird concept that's going on in this world. But we all got to do better, and we can do better. And if only we could just put some of our differences aside, like politics. Like, why are we unfriending each other and blocking each other over politics? Why? I understand you have so much hatred towards one party or one person, but I've lost a friend that I got to know over like the last 6 years or so, 7 years, and just like that, he was ready to drop me because he was voting for the other party. Like, what? Why? I don't understand. We can put politic difference aside. We can put all that stuff aside. When it comes to religion is just a label. It is. It's a label. Because Jesus never said follow religion, follow Christians, follow this, follow that. He said to follow him. And he represented that love and everything, that affirming care and everything that we are trying so hard to aim for as people, as humans. Because we all want to do better. We all want to be better. But some people are being deceived and they're following the wrong path. And it's hard to tell people that, because then all of a sudden you're shoving it down my throat. No, just if you see somebody walking, towards a burning building, not realizing it's on fire, aren't you going to stop them and tell them not to go? Or somebody's walking towards the end of a cliff and you stop them and make sure they don't go over, aren't you going to stop them, or are you going to let them go over? I mean, what in the world? Like, it's the same thing, but people don't understand that or see that. The moment you bring it up, it's, you're such a horrible person. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, chill out. Calm down. Relax. It's okay. All right. If that name bothers you, if JC, my bad. If JC bothers you, then that means you might have some demons in you. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But then the moment I say that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, you call me a demon? Say we got demons in us? All of us are demons? I'm not saying that. We are human beings. But demons can influence and deceive us. Just like the one who must not be named. Not Voldemort. I'm not talking about Voldemort. We ain't talking Harry Potter up in here. Nah, none of that. But you know what I'm saying? I got to drop some movies in here because it is a movie podcast, but it's real talk podcast, real talk after dark. That's why, you know what I mean? People don't understand that really concept because they're kind of like, well, what are you talking about? And it's like, well, we got categories, we got topics, we got genres, we got stuff like that. And recently we focused on one person's career, Kevin Smith, and I want to do more. We're going to do Adam Sandler real soon. But I want to focus on like a certain movie or a certain actor, or a certain director down the road. But we've hit a lot of pretty awesome categories, and I definitely want to hit some more categories. But the podcast will go on and shall go on, and I appreciate those who support in any way, shape, or form. Because it's fun. I enjoy it. Wish I could have my buddy David on here full time. Like if he lived closer, I'd be doing this with him all the time too. He'd be on the podcast. He'd be on the potty. The potty. Not the potty, not the pee-pee potty, not the pee-pee poo-poo potty. Okay, now it sounds weird. I'm getting a little weird. I'm getting out of it. But yeah. Another hot topic I want to talk about is in summer, it's freaking hot, man. We've had some heat advisories. It's freaking hot. But as a parent, why are all y'all parents, not saying everybody, because everybody's different. Well, everybody who's smart or loving or caring towards a kid wouldn't do this, but I'm talking to those out there who specifically do. Why do you leave your kid in the car, in the hot car? Especially you're going to turn it off, you know you're going to be gone. Why? How do you forget? There's no excuses for that. How do you forget? You walked out with your child, you put the child in the car seat. How do you forget about your darn child? Especially if you're a mom, you gave birth to the thing. Or the person, the kid, not thing. Why? I don't understand. It's just the craziest thing. Why do you got to do that? Why you got to leave a kid in the hot car? It's ridiculous. It doesn't need to be done. You don't need to do it. Especially, I've seen some videos, man, where the kid or the parents went in, and this was like nighttime, so I'm sure it's not as hot, but it's still ridiculous. You're going to go out and they're at a bar drinking, partying, having a good old time, and the kid was in the car. I don't know for how long. Or whenever you go shopping, you leave a kid in the car. You think you're going to be in there maybe 5-10 minutes, but the next thing you know, you're in there 30 minutes or an hour. And there was one time there was like 3 kids in the car, and a cop was staying out there for an hour before the mom got back. And whenever they called her out on that, said, I was out here for an hour. Like, how long have you been in there? She's like, not long. She goes, I've been here for an hour. And then she's like, oh, that's bull. And I'm just like, if the cop was out there an hour, like, bet you the cop was out there an hour. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. And then it's so, I don't understand. Why, oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why? And everybody just clicked off the podcast because they say, I don't want to listen to that, Ryan. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that. Pfft. Oh, man. I guess this is going to be the TJ podcast because I just remembered another thing. It's like 2 podcasts back to back. So we had the one before, the one he got quiet on. And he brought up, when he was bringing up United and Divided, he brought up Sound of Freedom and how that pissed a lot of people off because of my stance on that and stuff. And it's not like I was trying to defend the movie. I was defending the topic, the subject matter of the film, the most important thing. It wasn't about the film. It wasn't about the actors. It was about the children. And that's what I was passionate about. And being a father, it's like once you become a father, you're very passionate. And I care about everybody's kids. Kids are precious. Kids are the future. They used to tell that to us, and now look what we're doing. We're fucking it up. So now it's the next kid's generation. It's Dutch's generation. They are the next ones to hopefully make or break us. But I'm hoping make. I know Dutch is going to do great things. He's going to change the world. He's going to do some great things. He's going to be a bigger, better person than me. He's going to do some amazing things. I know it. He's a good man. Good kid. But we're kind of effing it all up, you know what I'm saying? But he bringing up topic about that, and he was so back and forth and 50-50 on that whole thing, especially when it was going down. I never once seen him hop on a post or one of my things and defend me in the comment section, not once. So there's that. And I'm pretty sure in the Bible it tells you that better to tie a rope around your neck at the end of, I'm going to butcher this whole quote because I don't have it out in front of me, but tie a rope with a millstone at the end of it and throw it into the river than ever deceive or hurt any of my children. And so think you know that, and you think you know what I mean, you've been a little bit more supportive of that, but you've been back and forth where it's like you're like, no, I support it, it's a good thing, or oh yeah, it was too much, or it's just like, oh my gosh, dude, where do you stand with that? And it seems like it's such a sore subject matter to you that you got to bring it up and try to make me look crazy or stupid on the podcast, because we gotta sit there and we gotta go back and forth, and then you try to move on from it, and I'm like, no, we're not moving on. But it's just so crazy, man, because you're always so back and forth. You didn't really support me on it. You've never seen the movie. I've tried to get you to sit down and watch it now. It's been out for what, 2 years, 2023, 2025. So yeah, it's been out for 2 years now. I own that sucker, and you don't even want to give it the time of day. So there's that, you know. And yeah, it is what it is. I'm just kind of, I'm gonna call you back. It is what it is. It's real talk. I know you're not here. It's probably bad. I would rather say this is your face in person or on the phone, but couldn't say bye. It was ridiculous, dude. Couldn't have been. It was ridiculous. I'm moving on. Gotta move on. Because it is what it is. I said what I said. I got it off my soldiers. Gotta dust it off the shoulders. I forget how that goes anyway. I'm wild. It's probably not best I do podcasts by myself because I just go on tangents. It's just back and forth, and we don't know really what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? We do with it, rock with it, do. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just had to bring up some of those subject matters. I put my phone in here because I don't know if I'm going to see or find anything cool or what. But, here's something about the Epstein list. Listen to this.
This is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely on the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them, but I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them.
Woo! What do you think of that? That's wild, isn't it? Oh man, there's a few things I was wanting to put out there, but yeah, there's so many good things that I've seen. I almost kind of wonder if there's any lives. I need to go on live on here, or not live personally, but go through different people's lives and find them and see what'll happen if I join their little live session on my podcast. See what happens. But I definitely wanted to drop that because that's pretty cool. That's pretty legit. That's for real. That's for real. I don't really know if I have anything else that I was wanting to bring up as far as that goes, but I had to drop that bombshell because somebody knows they know, but they can't disclose it because then they get in trouble. But that guy just drops that out of nowhere. We know why now. I forget his name. I don't know if he said it there, but it's so crazy. So many people. Justice needs to happen. You know what I mean? People can't just get away with things, but whatever happens in the dark will come to light. Some people think that they can hide, even if you hide for 5-10 years, 5-10 days, a few hours. however long, everybody gets caught in the end. And if you don't get caught, then you got to deal with the one and only, our Creator, our Father. And don't really know what to tell you. You know what I mean? That's not gonna be good. I just want to do is I'm having a hard time, man. I'm having a hard time when it comes to content creating anymore. It's just tough because everybody's doing it, so it just doesn't feel like it. And then so many people are getting popular and stuff over stupid things. And it's not that I really could care less about the numbers. It's just really about just being able to help people, but just knowing that the support's not really there, especially from close people around me. It's just I just wish it was stronger and better. You know, like they would treat this like as if like. You know what I mean? As if they act like I'm just. I mean, I may be an independent, I may be amateur, you know, stuff like that. But I try to make it, you know, as legit and as professional as possible, um, and try to have fun with it and stuff. But they want to treat it like it's just some afterthought, you know, like it's just some hobby when it's not. You know, it may have started off as a small hobby, but then it just becomes something bigger for me. And I like entertaining and being able to reach out to the world, you know, and all these kids, they reach out so much quicker and faster than I could when I was younger. So it's just easier for everybody. And then, you know, I just feel like you got to put the time and work in, but so many people it's just, you know, quick way to make a buck for anybody now. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody's going live. Everybody's like this. So, you know, and I like you and we can do this and we can help make each other get to the top. And we can all be content creators and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but are you putting out worthy content outside of that that's at least going to be somewhat intriguing or entertaining to somebody or somebody that's going to like it? You know what I mean? So I, you know, I don't know everything. Like I'm not a super smart guy. I don't know super big words. It's hard for me to talk about. I don't know. You know, I know very little, and so I just try to talk on certain subjects or topic matters that I know that are near and dear to my heart, especially like movies. But when it comes to like real world situations, I'm as far as basic comes, man. I just know basically like right from wrong, wrong from right. I know what's good, what's bad. You know what I mean? Basically, what you teach a kid growing up. You know what I mean? And now we're trying to teach so many things and teach kids that it's okay to have affirming care to them and stuff like that. And I'm just like, leave the kids out of it. If you want to get older and do that crap or whatever, I mean, it's all on you. But at least there are some people out there that it can admit that, yeah, if they were born a certain way, that's what they were born, but this is how they identify. There's a big difference between that. And I respect that from people in that community whenever they know the difference. But that's just how they identify. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And who am I to say or judge on anything? We got to love and accept everybody and care for everybody, regardless of who you are, where your background is, or anything like that. And we need to show more of that, more acceptance, and show and live the word and you know, actions speak louder than words. So be the living proof. So let people see that life and that change through you. Be the change. You know what I mean? And we got to do more of that. I gotta even myself be better. I'm not perfect, but I still make my mistakes. You know, I'm still trying to do better. I'm trying to be better, especially not only just for me, but for Dutch, my wife, my family, my friends. I want to be better. I want to live longer. I want to be healthier. So I'm trying to make certain changes in my life and my aspects and the way I see things. And I'm just trying to do better and be better. I'm not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do my best to try to live the best way I can. And you know, and if people want to know how I did it or ask how, then I'll show them. I'll teach them. I'll whatever it is I can do. I mean, I'm not wanting to be like I don't want to be a therapist or a teacher or anything like that. If I ever do, you know, live speaks, you know, go to places, schools, or anywhere and just speak about life and experiences and you know, just try to be a better positive role model for people. Stay happy, stay positive, stay in the mindset. That's my motto, man. And I need to get better at making more content. And this has just been my main focus. And I feel bad because I'm neglecting that channel. And there's so much more I want to do on top of getting caught up on content and everything like that. But I just have so much I want to do. Not that that really matters to anybody, but that's just where my heart lies and where I want to put my attention, where I need to do better and focus on. So I hope I can do better on that and focus more on that and everything. But I wanted to put this episode out mainly just focus, like I said, to kind of catch up on what happened the last couple episodes, let you guys know what's happening and where we're moving forward from here. And it's probably going to be like that. I need to catch up. I need to do more on my Dexter Kill Room podcast. That just kind of went nowhere, and I've uploaded one video, and then I actually shot episode 2 and 3, but then I accidentally, when I dropped the Real Talk podcast, I cleared the card on the audio and video, not realizing I forgot to drop the podcut. So I deleted all that, and I was just like, and that bummed me out. So I quit filming for a hot minute, and then I just kind of neglected it. And then when I checked the channel, I mean, I only got like 4 subscribers, and like 10 views. So I'm just like, dude, shoot, do I spend, 2 hours a week on 2 podcasts trying to create content and then do my vlogs and do all this and that and everything like that, and just trying to live and be there for my boy and try to enjoy what's left of summer before he goes into kindergarten. And I got more time to sit down and do more with my work and get caught up and just do more. But I told myself I just want to start getting back in the groove of things and doing it for me, let my son enjoy the content 'cause he loves watching the vlogs, and start doing more of that. And just, I'm not even going to promote. I don't even care. I'm not even going to share it. I'm not even going to do none of that. I'm just going to upload it. And if you're a subscriber and you see it and you care and you watch it and you support it by liking it, anything like that, comment, please, anything. I appreciate it. It's respected. I care. It means a lot. And I really appreciate it. So if anybody's even listening to this, watching this, thank you. And the support means a lot to me. I mean, it means more to me than any amount of money I could ever make on content creating. If and when, actually, I need to cut if out of my vocabulary. Not if, but when it does eventually happen. Because I know I got it. It's just all a matter of finding the audience. You know what I mean? But it also doesn't find the audience when those closest to me isn't supporting or sharing or showing people like, hey, check this out. And it's sad when you're around people and they want to start talking about other, I wouldn't say it's sad, but just knowing that you're a content creator as well, podcaster, vlogger, stuff like that, and people start talking about somebody else's videos or somebody else's podcast and stuff, and it's like, and they'll be like, oh, I like this person's podcast, they talk about this and that, and I'm stuff like that, and I'm like, I have a podcast. I know I'm not, rich and famous off of it, but I'm still doing it. I'm still here. I'm still trying. I'm doing it. I'm still trying. It's, you know what I mean? I mean, giving up is easier. Yeah, doing nothing and giving up is easier. Trust me, I know. And as many times as I've wanted to, I don't. I've been at this, chasing this since 2008. And I'm not going to stop because I know one day something's going to happen. And I look forward to it. And it's nothing. I could care less if I go out and people don't recognize me. It's not even about that. I could care less. That's actually, I want that. I don't want to be recognized. But if I do, I'm not going to get away from me. If somebody wants a picture or something, that's cool. But I'm not chasing after the fame. I'm not chasing after the wealth. I'm chasing after being an influencer in a sense, in a way, to help others, to help people. And if you want to look at it as a therapist type way, like, I'm not trying to change anybody's life or world or, that way. But I just want to know that I can relate to certain things. We all can relate. We all may have different experiences on life and subjects, and we all live life differently. We all have a certain aspect. We all have our own movie, in a sense, and we all have our own experiences and everything, but we all can relate. Because I'm sure we've all been hurt, we've all been sad, we've all felt, love, hate, all that stuff. There's so much. So you think about it, we can relate. We all can relate to one another. Like I said, we're all human beings at the end of the freaking day. So everybody just relax. Give a helping hand. Give some time to one another. Put down your phone. Enjoy the world. Live, laugh, love. Stay happy, stay positive, stay in the mindset. Conquer. Do all that fun stuff. Do good. Do what's right. That's just what I want to see at the end of the day. So I hope everybody got a little something out of this. It is what it is, but I wanted to drop that and say what I said about it, so that way we can move forward. That way whenever you just see Sarah and I from here on out, you know why. Like I said, nothing against Jaden. Jaden's a good kid. But also TJ lied to us about a hot minute because I didn't even know that he was underage whenever he was first here. He turned 18 like his second or third episode in or something like that. I didn't know. So please don't come at me. We didn't sign no waivers or nothing because I didn't freaking know. Somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to Sarah. We didn't know. But like I said, there's no hard feelings. I still love and care for you. I took you out the podcast, took you out the group just because there's just no reason for that, man. You treated it completely childish and immature. And like I said, I'm not calling you any names or trying to be judgmental, but it is what it is. And you should have treated it and handled it better because I did not try to make any sort of dark joke about anything, especially that. So you just took it the complete wrong way. You acted completely out of character. But at least Jaden got to shine in that episode for a little bit. He got to talk since he was being quiet. So like I said, I like Jaden. Jaden's a good kid. He's awesome. I wish him the best. I know he's gonna do great things. I'm sure it's not the last I'll see of him. But I just don't know if we can associate. We just don't think we can do that no more, buddy. I don't know if I can really hang out and do anything like that. Not that I say I'm not gonna block you, I'm not gonna ignore you, anything like that, but it is what it is, and I said what I said. If you got anything to say about it, you can call me, actually tell me, apologize about that. Not that it's gonna change my mind or change you getting back on here, but it's probably done, man. I'm sorry that this is something that you like to do, you look forward to. I know you actually cared about it a little bit more than Dalton did. I know that. But it is what it is now. So it's gonna be small and slow. And until we can get some celebrities or some people, well-known people on here one day. I don't know if anybody really cares or wants to listen to, but it's a little different from the most podcasts. Everybody's on there asking questions and stuff, and I'm not asking questions. I'm trying to just say what I know and make statements and stuff. I may not be wrong. Don't 100% quote me on anything, and don't say like, "Oh, you're wrong. You said this." Some people make mistakes. I don't have anything. I got my phone in front of me, but I'm not gonna sit here and just be trying to be on my phone the whole time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay away from that a little bit. So it is what it is. I just want to send my best wishes to you, to everybody. Tell everybody thanks for listening and all that stuff. Please let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. We'll talk about anything and everything. Some movies, upcoming movies, old movies, anything like that. I know, like I said, we're going to talk about Adam Sandler probably next because he's got Happy Gilmore 2 coming out, and Sarah and I really want to talk about that. So it's probably going to be next time. Her and I just went camping with the family. We went on the river, so we might talk a little bit about that. We want to do maybe some camping movies, talk about camping movies. I don't know. There's a little bit of everything, a little bit of something for everybody, and we want to try to do a little bit of something. So hopefully it is what it is. And I said what I said. No hard feelings. If you have any hard feelings or feel offended or feel hurt or anything like that, man, I do apologize, but that's not the intention. I'm just speaking out on what it was and exactly what happened. And I know that I don't know exactly what you have going on, but I know that you've even admitted yourself that you're not all there and you forget things. Because you've told me and Sarah a bunch of things over and over again. Because you're like, "Oh, did I tell you this?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, did I?" Or there's been times where, man, I told you whenever Kevin said that he was gonna do Scream with us, and then like 2 weeks later, like, "Oh, did you hear Kevin was gonna do Scream with us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I told you." And it's nothing against you, man. I know you can't help it. But I'm always gonna love and care for you, man. That's not gonna ever change. You may feel differently after this, but it is what it is. So the podcast is what it is. We're going to move on from here, move forward, and talk more about other topics and subject matters. And I need to get back motivated, doing content almost 24/7. I'm not big on uploading on weekends. I think weekends are kind of a pain in the butt. I like to keep my weekends free, although they're not that free anymore, but not because of my kid. I'm not saying that. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that. It's just my second job. You know what I mean? It's lame. It's lame. Any of my coworkers out there listening, I'm sorry, but you at least make it better. Okay? And it'd be fun to talk about job movies, you know, because you got Employee of the Month, stuff like that. You can talk about work movies, stuff like that. You even got 30 minutes or less, because that's a pizza delivery movie, in a sense, because it's a pizza delivery guide. Bomb strapped to them, all that fun stuff. You haven't seen it, you got to check it out. But I'm probably going to call it here. I'm not even hitting the full hour mark, but I just don't want to just keep yapping about nothing or the same thing over and over. So I'm going to move on from this podcast, this topic, this episode of TJ, of Epstein list. It's no longer, it just happened to just disappear. It's no longer available. Parents leaving their kids in hot cars. Don't do that. Stop. And I think, what else did I talk about? Dang, I forgot. A little bit of everything up in there, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of everything. But I'm just be good to yourself, be good to people, be good to just be kind, be caring, be more understanding, you know what I mean, to people. You know, quit name calling, quit being childish. We're all adults. We can talk it out. We can communicate. You know what I mean? So let's just do better, be better. If you hear this, I hope it helps. I hope you can relate. I appreciate anybody out there. Thank you. And we're gonna move on from here, from episode 57 to 58. So with that said, I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out on all the Spotify's, Rumbles, and YouTubes that you can. And that'll be all. So take care. Good night. Whenever you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. DJ, if you're listening to this, I hope you don't take offense, because I still care and love for you. But did you know it was pretty childish and immature to go quiet, to go silent like that, to be all weird, to go silent like that with the crickets chirping? You didn't even say bye to me.